Tonight, from the Superdome in New Orleans, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Jameis Winston and the New Orleans Saints taking on Jameis Winston and the New Orleans Saints.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Superdome here in New Orleans. Coming up, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup between the New Orleans Saints and themselves. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Play fake. Winston. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 41. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Now here come the Saints about to begin their first possession, and the man in charge of this offense, his 8th season now in the NFL, former #1 pick, Jameis. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the first down.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Again, it's Kamara. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That one on the guard, Cesar Ruiz. Now a second down throw for Winston. Flushed out right. And that is caught downfield by Thomas. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
From the red zone now, Winston. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after one on EA Sports. To the air again with Winston. And that is incomplete. Fourth down after the New Orleans defense holds serve. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. Following the interception, Winston. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for second and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it third manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. They go play action. Winston. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 42 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Throwing, Winston. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara from a yard out as his guys are able to extend their lead. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 42 yards on the ground for him so far.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
3rd and short yardage, Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Flush to his right. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down. Jameis to throw it. And he'll just get rid of it.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On the move to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And the Saints are going to get this back.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And leading 10-7, and they may just want to get this to the locker room.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
On 2nd and 10, Winston. His throw incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On play action, Winston. He'll buy some time right. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
Play action now, Winston. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake, Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA, with a sack. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Winston. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
53 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. From the 45 on 2nd down, Winston. They'll roll him out right. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Escaping the pressure right.
Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Winston to give. It's Kamara.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
Alvin Kamara.
His 2nd touchdown of the night. And they are able to add on to their advantage. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down. On 2nd down, Kamara. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 3rd down, Winston. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Marcus May with a pick.
And the Saints are right back in this football game.
That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
their defense did the job. They got the turnover on downs. Now what can the offense do as they take possession? A busy night continues for Kamara. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15.
Really nice effort and an even nicer stop from Marcus May there.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. The 40. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way. Makes a great play on the football.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You get out the football back for your offense.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Winston now.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark, because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Demario Davis there on the stop. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara.
To about the 26 here.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Kamara trying the right side. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
108 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Winston goes ahead, takes the knee, and that should be all she wrote.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future, they've got work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.